Hello in the next episode. In today's video I'm going to work on the Nintendo Switch OLED which came in for the screen replacement and also to fix the Picofly installation because it failed. Okay, usually it's the problem with the DAT0 adapter, which after a short period of time it gets smaller and smaller, and then it's losing the contact with the DAT0 point under the NAND memory, and then after that it boots up only to the original firmware. So in order to fix it, we just need to replace the DAT0 adapter, or we can perform the new, it's not new anymore, but we can perform the Kamikaze method to expose DAT0 point near the point A on the motherboard. And that method, the Kamikaze method, it's permanent option and it won't fail after the short period of time, and we don't have to replace the DAT0 adapter after that. So like I said, it's that permanent option. Alright, so what we've got here? Alright, so here we've got Nintendo Switch OLED in not so bad condition. Okay, so as you can see, there's no problem at all with the screen or touch screen. But my customer doesn't like these two scratches. There are some more scratches, you know, these two are the most visible. And you know, for me, like a normal user, you know, it wouldn't bother me. But some of the people, you know, they don't like it. So I need to replace the screen. But before I will do this, before I will replace, I will show you my method how to remove these scratches. But first I will fix the Picofly installation performing the Kamikaze method. Here we've got a letter from my customer and it says Switch OLED has custom firmware, Hecate, SD card included. Kamikaze needed as Modchip not working, not booting to Hecate. Screen replacement requested. Fabric at the bottom of the switch is loose. A fix for that would be greatly appreciated. Thanks. Right, let's see the fabric at the bottom. It's on the back and he means this one, yeah. This is that fabric which is damaged. Oh, see? And we just need to fix that. I will probably, you know, replace the whole back. I will just transfer that number to the new back cover and that would be done. Alright, so first what I need to do, I just need to disassemble the console and have a look why the console is not booting up to the Hecate. Just need to remove the card, power off. Alright, so I need to disconnect the battery first and then the rest. Alright, I just wanted to say that this is not my installation anyway. This is someone else's job. This needs to be fixed. As we can see, we have no shield on the APU. Alright, I will connect this back and if we can see the error message. One long, one short. What does it mean? Alright, so we are on the website, we can see all error messages and we've got one long, one short. And that means DAT0 is not connected. This is what I suspected. So in order to make a Kamikaze method, we need to remove this ribbon tape and cut the connection, because you know I don't want to taking out the motherboard. I will just leave this here as it is. What I just need to do, like I said, I just need to remove that ribbon tape, cut the connection here, or maybe leave it, use something to isolate this wire from touching everything around. Alright, so as you can see here, I've got a new microscope. As I said, it's already assembled, but I've got some problems with it, you know, I didn't get used to. Alright, so let's focus on here. Alright, oh, you see, I almost forgot. I would make a big mistake, you know. It could cost me, you know, the new motherboard. It's soldered. I'm going to start from the bottom. Let's add some temp, because I've got 275, which is too low. The 300 is the best. If you put more than 300, you will, you know, make the all pads, you will rip them off with the soldering iron. Just checking if there's still the pad on the other side of the tape, but it is. It's good. Alright, let me just quickly remove excess of solder from those two cups. Yeah, that's look good. It doesn't have to be perfect. Alright, so I will come back to this later. Let's zoom in closer. The grinding pen in hand. Let's start grinding here. I've seen some of the people, you know, they just do the one dot, very small one, and that looks amazing. But you know, I do this method and it's always good. Maybe it doesn't look amazing, but it will working fine. Alright, so we scratch first layer of the PCB board, so now we just need to scratch second layer. Alright, so let's use my UV light. I think I scratched it a little bit too low. I just need to go up. My DAT0 point is a little bit higher. It's here. Right. But this is not a problem. I should take the measurement, the distance from this resistor to the point. And I should do this more precisely, but I'm too lazy for that. Maybe not too lazy, too busy. But I wouldn't have to scratch, you know, the whole board. here we go. Here is our target. Now you have to be very, very gentle. It's easy to scratch that point too. Alright, that should be enough. So as you can see, I wasted my time because I was scratching the layers here, just below our target point. Alright, so from this point, we need to check if our switch is still booting up to the original firmware. Alright, how to check it? You just need to connect the battery and see if it's still booting up. No. Alright, so for some reasons, I don't know if the power button doesn't work or something. But it's nothing to worry about. Even if I scratch, too much, I will just fix it very easy. Let me just see, because I cannot see if it's booting up or no. I just need to see the reading here. Alright. Still no picture, still nothing. So I probably damaged the DAT0 point by scratching, and I scratched probably too much because it was working fine, as you could see at the beginning of the video. In that case, we need to zoom in, disconnect the power and check what I've done not correctly. So if you got too sharp, your grinding pen, you can make a damage like I did. Probably here is the gap between this point and that. Alright, let's measure it. I need to see if you can see any reading. Diode mode, black probe on the ground, and here. And we've got, alright, I don't understand. Sure, oh no, it's good now. Because I was touching this, and this is like a 0, but this one is 0.625. I'm just going to add some isopropyl alcohol here and use my UV light to see if there is a gap. See, there's no gap. You can still see the light. There is no gap. It's still connected. It's still connected. So what can be wrong? So I did everything properly. Let's try one more time. It's very, very weird. Let's clean that point. So what I can say, it's unbelievable. The D point here is not damaged, it's still okay. Is there any problem with that resistor there? Maybe this resistor is now good. Alright, what I will do, I will just try. Oh, because this is not connected. So I won't be able to check if we got the same. Yeah, that's why we're doing like this. Alright, so when I touch the old DAT0 wire and this point, I'm getting 34 ohms. The readings are good. What can be wrong? The reading we've got 0.627. Looks good. Point D The same. Exactly the same. So what can be wrong with it? Very interesting. Because I can't believe in this, that this happened to me. Alright, let's measure this resistor here. Is it 4.7 kilo ohms? I think something is wrong with this resistor. I didn't check if the switch works or no when I remove the ribbon tape. So here we've got 2.8 kilo ohms. Let me just check the other side. Well, you got 4 kilo ohms. It should be 4.7. Behaves very, very weird. It's my mistake because I didn't check it, when I removed the ribbon tape. So now I know if there is a problem with the DAT0, what I've done, or maybe this resistor is no good. Let's check again. 2.8 kilo ohms. When I swap the probes, 4 kilo ohms. It should be 4.7. Alright. It's telling me this resistor is a problem. But what I'm going to do. Oh, but even if I connect the battery and we'll start and we press the power button, here it should be 1.8 volts anyway. Let's do this. Let me check that. Alright, so I've already pressed the power button. Now I'm just trying to see what voltages we've got. And yes, we've got 1.8 on both sides. Alright, let me measure it one more time because it was 1.8 from this side and this side. This resistor is no good. I will replace that. So hopefully it's just this resistor and everything will come back to normal because just need to use more flux. Well, it looks like someone was, replacing that resistor before. Because normally we don't take the motherboard out and we need to solder that point. We melt always this part. This part is a little bit melted, as you can see. It is. This plastic is a little bit melted. So someone was replacing that resistor before. And I need to replace it too. So here we should have 3.7 kilo ohms. It's very tiny, little. You can't even really see. These dots are resistors. Okay, so I'm going to add some more flux here. Alright, so I will try to solder it with soldering iron. So hopefully it will be good. If not, I need to use the same hot air and maybe not make it worse, but a little bit melt here. But we will see now. Looks promising. Oh, from this side it looks indifferent. Alright, I think it should be good. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to clean it. I loved the sponges I'm using now. I've got full set of the sponges, and they are really useful. As you can see here, look at this. There's no signs of cotton or something like this on the motherboard. It's really clean, and it goes to every single, you know, point on the motherboard. Right, so now what do we need to do? Now I'm just going to measure it again. And do we have 4.7? No, we've got 2.8, the same like previous resistor. What about this side? Exactly the same. So everything looks exactly the same as it was before. So what can be wrong? Okay, so I will connect the battery connector, and I will plug the charger. Fingers crossed. Still the same. So what does it mean? Well, it probably doesn't have the connection with the NAND memory. I'm not happy with this. But what I need to do now, disconnect the battery. And now I need to drill a little bit further to see if the DAT0 point is still connected to the processor. So let's go. What do you think? It's broken, the trace, or no? It's hard to see. Here looks like we've got a broken line, but you know, it wasn't broken. Alright, it's time to measure it, to try the continuity. Because, you know, probably it's not broken the line, but it's not scratched properly. So now I'm going to set up my multimeter for the beep mode. You should have a little bit more sharp, you know, the probes. Alright, so we've got the continuity here. I think it has to be something wrong, you know, with the layers here. Maybe they were connected and causing the short, you know. It's hard to say right now. But you know, I'm 100% sure that this point is good. It's beeping. So I didn't break it. But I could break it by these layers, as I said. Let's try now. Because you know, I've grinded a little bit more surface. And maybe now it's not causing the problem. Firstly, check the second layer. This layer is like a grounded. Alright, so let's try one more time. It's unbelievable. I don't know why it doesn't work. Maybe with these two resistors here, maybe something is wrong with them. Right, I'm going to measure if we've got 3.3 volts here. And yes, we've got 3.3 volts here. But here we have nothing. Zero. Which is weird, because normally there are some readings here. Alright, I will disconnect it. Unplug the battery and see what readings we've got here. We've got 12.6, which is good. Alright, so basically I don't know what to do. You know, this point is very weird, the point D. Because you know, normally we should see some here, we should see something. Just let me measure it. The readings is good. You know, there's 0.630. So what can be wrong? You know, this repair surprised me. It's supposed to be nice video, easy, without, you know, struggling. You know, this point looks very weird. Have you seen that? This point looks like it's divided. It's got, oh, you see? It's not perfect. This is the issue. I'm pretty sure this is the issue. Can you see this? But I think that it's something to do with this point. Let me just measure the voltage. Here is 0. It shouldn't be 0 here. Okay, but let's check the other points. Like point A, we got 1.8 and 1.8 on both sides. Here, 1.8. So I'm almost 100% sure the problem is with this point. The point D is the problem. It's our problem. So when I was removing the ribbon tape, maybe it was damaged before, but maybe I damaged it when I was removing the ribbon tape. Alright, so let's clean it. I'm just going to disconnect the battery again. From this view, this point looks absolutely good. Shit. Sorry. You know, I need to change my grinding pen. It's too sharp. So now I've damaged the trace. Probably, but we will see. So multimeter in this mode. So now I broke the trace. No. The trace is still good. But it looks like it's here, it's broken. But it's not. It's not broken. So what's happened? We've got continuity here. But it's still there is no connection between the processor and the NAND memory. You know, that hole in this point. It's, you know, worrying me. It's worrying me very much. Alright, now I will add some, you know, the solder. Let's try again. I think what I'm going to do, I'm just going to solder the ribbon tape back, and I'm going to see the error codes on my Picofly chip, because, you know, it's hard to say what's exactly wrong with it. I didn't expect something like this. Yeah, from this point it looks like it's the brake and the trace is broken, but it's not. Alright, so I'm going to secure this point because I know this is not that point problem. The problem is different. I don't know what's the problem at the moment. You know, now I'm measuring the D point, and I connected the battery and I pressed the power button, but you know, there is no communication. 0 volt, 0. This line is not shorted to ground or something, but it's 0 volt. This is very, you know, weird. Here we've got 3.3 volts, no problem at all. So all voltages are present. So that 0 point, but it's not connected. Alright, so as we will do, as I said before, we'll just carry on with the installation. Alright, so everything looks to be connected. Let me just quickly measure all points. So we've got point D, 0.611, point C, 0.612, point A, 0.490, point 3.3, 0.778, and point B here is 1.4. Alright, so now I'm going to connect this to the connector, and hopefully this chip will tell us where is the problem. Alright, let me just zoom out for you so you can see everything is connected. 3.3, and here I didn't touch the chip, so I just need to connect the battery. And let's press the power button and see what we got error code. According to the chip, everything is fine. But I know that it's not fine because it doesn't boot to the original firmware. Weird. So the chip recognized that 0 point, D point, all points. They are recognized. It allowed me to read the SD cards. Okay. Now I'm going to disconnect the battery find the SD card. Let's see. Alright, so SD card reader with SD card in is connected to the switch. I'm just plugging in the battery. And we are in the Hecate, ladies and gentlemen. But it doesn't mean everything is working fine. I'm going to go to the console info, eMMC. Everything looks fine. Okay. Alright, I try to reboot to the original firmware. Right. You know, I don't believe in this. Look. Alright, as you can see, everything is working fine. This is the original firmware, as you can see, 20.4.0. Now we've got 20.5.0. But you know, I'm really, I don't know what to say. I spent additional time, about 1 hour, to find the problem. You know, I was thinking to connect this, to plug, you know, the Picofly chip back at the beginning. You know, I was thinking that I scratched, you know, that 0 point. I was thinking that I damaged, you know, the trace from the D point. Oh, but everything is working fine. Okay, restart. So why it didn't boot up when the chip wasn't connected? I don't know. Let's try to start the custom firmware. Atmosphere, eminent, custom firmware. That's good. Perfect. It's good to see it, actually. But I'm really in shock how it was possible. Yes, I'm not going to update it. I'm going to leave this like that because, you know, I've been asked only to perform the Kamikaze method and to replace the screen. That's it. But, you know, I'm still in shock. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to do. No, I don't know what to say. It should have booted up to Nintendo original firmware when the chip was disconnected at all. I thought it maybe, you know, the buttons, the power button or something, they, you know, didn't work. But, you know, I plugged the charger. Normally, when you plug the charger, the system starts, you know, booting up to original firmware just itself. But in this case, I don't know, it didn't do that. You could see that on video. Alright, but I'm happy, and I'm very happy that everything is fine. So what I need to do more, I just need to cut this out. Let me disconnect the battery. Alright, from this point, we know that the switch is working fine. No issues. So now it's time for the screen. But, you know, I'm going to replace that screen anyway. I will leave this for myself because, you know, it's got some scratches here, but I will show you how to remove it. Every single switch has got very, you know, thin film on it. It's like a protection film, and if you scratch it, you can see that, you know, it's got very strong adhesive. But if you do it properly, you can actually remove it. So I'm going to put the tempered glass on it, and I'm going to save that screen for myself. But as you can see, so each Nintendo Switch OLED has got film on it, This is the protection film. Ah, it's my fingerprint over there. Look at this now. No scratches. Nothing. Just clean screen. So this is my new protection screen. I'm going to attach it to the screen because now this screen is with no protection. But first I need to get rid of this fingerprint because it's very annoying. I'm just thinking how to do this. Maybe the stickers? What do you think? What do you think? Maybe the stickers? No. The stickers are even worse than I was thinking. So maybe the dry wipes. But wet and dry, so I'm going to use the dry. Oh, it's not going to be better. No, we can see the difference. Oh no, I've done big mistake by leaving, my fingerprint on it. Oh, you can see the progress. These wipes, they do the job very, very well. I will leave link in the description for the sponges. The sponges are very good. Look at this. The size is, they are very, very small, but they are very useful. You've seen on the video how they clean the surfaces. Like if you just, you just need to put some isopropyl alcohol and they are perfect for cleaning. I bought 5 packs of this, 5 packs. Like you can see the quantity is 500 pieces. They are perfect. I really, really recommend them. The same with this, wipe. They are also very good, and I will also leave the link in the description. So I only use the cotton pads to clean, the thermal paste or to clean my desk. So I only use this for now. But before I was using this so often, but because it leaves some cotton on the motherboard. But this one is perfect. I don't know how many of them there are in the packet, but they are really, really useful. This is not, the sponsored advertisement. On the camera I can see that there is we can see the difference here. But with my naked eye I cannot see any difference. Alright, so it's time for the protector. Alright, so this screen is going to be for me as a spare because it's in full working condition. Maybe it's not perfect, but now it's got a protection glass on it and that's it. Because I'm going to replace the front with the bezel and with all parts inside, with the battery, with sliders, everything going to be. This one is in perfect condition. Everything is in perfect condition here. So I'm going just to put his motherboard here and everything will be sorted. And this screen is for me. Alright, I hope you enjoyed this video. I spent a couple of hours, trying to fix it. But as you can see, it was the false flag. I was thinking about motherboard replacement, but finally everything went good and now I'm happy with that. The job is done and my customer won't be mad with me because he lost his, save data. Now everything is in place, so he didn't lose save data and I'm very glad for that. But it was very, very weird case, really. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe and see you next time.